Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. We got through. Here we go. Here goes the 30 seconds.
Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you got your place to go.
Nikki said I shouldn't do a Trump dance anymore.
Well, welcome everybody. It's been a tough week. Of course, I'm Docg. I have Chance McFadden with us, Debbie Stevens, Fascinating Brian, and we were told Bear might be here. Welcome to Chance's Chat. This is for entertainment purposes only, but it also may not be. Welcome, Chance.
Thank you very much. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's been a week, I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah, some troopers just say the EAS is incoming. Well, let me tell you what's incoming first, okay? You're gonna like this. I can't think of this silly non-player character's name, and his name is he is the head muckety muck at the Iraqi. What's his name? Do you know his name? Anybody? Begins with an S, Reno, some blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he's the guy that has to make the announcement about the dinar being international. It's going to be done Sunday. He's having an announcement on Sunday. Are you listening to me? His announcement is going to be on Sunday. Is that RV enough information for you? His announcement is going to be on Sunday. Let me repeat that again for all of you that didn't understand or getting here late. The head muckety muck of the Iraqi government, can't think of his name. Excuse me, I'm having a senior.
A senior moment.
Huh?
A senior moment.
A senior moment. Yeah, it's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That's it. That's right.
Don't worry about it.
But anyway, he's making the announcement on Sunday at US 30 drag strip. The RV will be announced by the head of the Iraqi government. Be there. Okay. Shidani, there it is. Brenda, you saved my day. Thank you. Min Chow. Gosh, Min Chow's got some fantastic news. Beth Peacock's here. Oh boy, listen. There's some stuff going down, and you have it now. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, this has been when Doc said it's not mid-June. It's next week, honey. Okay, it's next week.
My birthday week is June 6th. So if it comes in June, that's great.
Well, it might be June 6th before you get through, but anyway, listen to this. Okay, I don't think I was telling Debbie and Doc this earlier before we went live. Brian hadn't heard this. Now, Brian and I and Debbie and Doc G have a mutual friend who we are not going to mention his name on the air. But everybody loves him. Okay? Everybody loves him. Okay? He has an appointment with a private banker on Monday, and she is going to give him, are you ready? The 55-page booklet of all the companies that you are not supposed to do business with. Are you getting this? Is this starting to move around in your head a little bit? You know, you're starting to understand this? Okay. we've talked about that 55-page booklet. To actually get my hands on one on Monday is going to be a big deal. And I may or may not be having a Telegram live at 5 on Tuesday. I might be under an NDA if I receive that book. Now, guys, this is all part of the puzzle, okay? So we got this guy that everybody loves. That's a play on words, by the way, for you didn't get it. Okay. And he's going in to see the private banker, and he's going to get me a copy of the 55-page deal that we're not supposed to do business with. Okay. So, hi, Sheila. So what's this all mean? It all means liquidity is what it is. There's Jerry. Hey, brother, I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks. How are you? Okay. Now, I've got to pull something up on my phone because this is something you all have been involved in very closely with me since last week. And I'm trying to pull it up now. Min Chow, I know you're watching. So did we get a picture and the name of the family so I can put it on the air? Hi, Sharon. Sharon, we're closing in. We're closing in right now, and I hope you're listening because I've been thinking about you a lot. Okay, and so Min Chow, I hope I'm going to open up my messages and see if I got your thing. Bub, if you're watching, I will get Bear's phone number to you soon. Okay, Min Chow here. Okay, let's see. Okay, here he is. Here's the picture. I'm going to do the best I can with this, okay?
You can, if you can send it to me, I'll put it up.
I don't know if I can send it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not as tech savvy as I claim to be.
Take a picture of it and then send it to him.
Let's see if I can copy it. But anyway,
if you send it to my,
I just downloaded it. Hang on a minute. I think I can download it.
then I'll send
Yep,
it to
I just downloaded it. Okay, guys, I'm going to send this to Doc. This is Quentin, Crystal, Manny, and Bentley Robinson in Louisiana. Okay, that is the family that you all. Yeah, I got it. I just got it, honey. That you all been helping. Okay. Sorry, Jerry. If you want, text me. Ask your questions that way because I'll keep my phone with me during the whole show. I'm going to send this to Docg right now by email, and he's going to put it up on the screen. And this is the family that you've been helping. Now, we've gotten over, I think, around $900 in donations. Okay. And there's some other stuff coming in to me. And we've already dispersed all the money that was sent to me and all she received. So here's what's going on. They got a deposit on a trailer. They got a 3-bedroom trailer. And they've got a $500 deposit on it. The rent's $900 a month. I know that sounds ridiculous to people like you and me, you know, but it is what it is. And here we go. And I'm going to send this to you. There we go, Doc. I'm sending it to you right now. Put that up on the screen so people can see what the family looks like. So
do it.
Now, I hope I got this story right because Min Chow and I only talked about this once, okay? But I guess the brother-in-law is going to be moving in with him, and he's got a job at Albertson. Well, yeah, thanks. I'm still having phone issues, but yeah, it's my new phone. Yeah. Okay, listen. He got on. The brother-in-law is working at Albertsons, so he got both of them on at Albertsons, so they're going to be working, and they can have the big dogs. They got 2 big dogs, and the dogs will be able to go into the trailer too. I imagine since they got about an acre on the trailer, that'll be pretty good for the dogs to run, and they'll have a roof over their head, and the boys will probably have to double up, but that's okay. I've lived in a 3-bedroom trailer before, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. That's what you got to do sometimes while you're building yourself up, but it's all good. So anyway, we're still gonna ask the people that didn't donate last week if they, instead of sending me any donations, don't send me any donations. Send the donations to BD Hippie, $BD Hippie, HIPPI, on Cash App. Or if you want to send it to me as Zelle, you have my Zelle information. Okay, I can forward it on to them. But they're still going to need a little bit to get them settled. And you guys have done this, okay? All I am is a big mouth. That's the family, okay? And they look like good people. I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. I will tell you that the dad is about as snappy of a dresser as I am. Sorry, dude. I talked to him before, so I guess I have a relationship with him. So I'm just kidding. But it's okay. It's all good. We're here to help you. And if you guys could send your donations, that's who you're actually giving them to. The boy is in grade school, and the other boy is wearing the Astros shirt is in junior high, I believe. And they're both going to be working at Albertsons. Now, I see nothing wrong with this situation, and I'm very grateful and appreciative of the fact that everybody has come together. Even the people that give $5. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make the $5 plea tonight. If you didn't donate last week, if you can send, they just got the key. That's great. Okay, they can start moving their stuff in. And they got a signed lease. That's a good thing, too. Okay, so 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. Okay, that's doable on an acre of land. Yep, I get it. Okay, electricity will be on soon, I'm sure. But anyway, we got to get some more donations. We got to get the dogs out of the pound, and send your donations to Cash App, $BD Hippie. It's on the screen. B is in boy, D is in dog, HIPPI. BD Hippie, all one word. Min Chow says the dogs are sweet, and I'll bet they are. I love dogs. So everybody that didn't send any money last week, everybody send $5 to that. If you only got Zelle, you can send it to me, and I'll get the money to them. Oh, and Min Chow says the same guy that threw her out 4 years ago. Well, I'm going to tell you something, folks. We're at the end of the road. Brian, we are at the end of the road. And the guy that everybody loves is sending me the 55-page document. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Brian?
I'm going to say I agree.
Don't say it out loud.
I said agree to disagree.
Huh?
I said I'll agree to disagree.
Well, he's got an appointment with a private banker on Monday, and they don't take anything less than $20 million on a private banker on Wells Fargo. So there you go. So we'll have the 55-page booklet by the time next week comes. I don't know if this is going to be a music show next week or not. I don't know if I'll be under gag order, but I think we're there. Another bit of news. Our favorite Australian truther, we're not going to mention his name, very popular gentleman, and it seems like he has been unintentionally and against his will compromised as far as information that he's giving. Now, I'm going to, because we have so many people in Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and everything, I'm going to give you guys the update on that area. Okay? And I know you don't have Cash App or Zelle in those, but we do have Wise. My name is Brian Paul McFadden in the United States. That's how my Wise account is. If you want to make donations to my Wise, that's it. But this is the information you are not going to get anyplace else. There are 7 warships, Navy warships surrounding Australia. Okay? I thought there was 5. I was wrong. There's 7. They're surrounding Australia, and of course New Zealand's at the bottom. So they're pretty much surrounding the whole operation. What's going on with these warships? Well, there's military tribunals going on. They got cleanups to do down there in Australia too, and they got a lot of them. And let me just tell you something. They're working nonstop. They're working 18 hours a day. The courts down there are working 18 hours a day. Okay. So what you got to do is you're going to have to wait, because when the button is pushed, then those warships are going, the personnel in the warships are going to go in to the countries, Australia, New Zealand. They're going to go in there and they're going to get the banks the security that they need. This is the same way in Europe, in Switzerland, all the countries in Europe, England, everything. It's the same way. What is going on is they will provide security, and then they will provide the information. Their version of the EAS, which will be in multiple languages, should tell everybody. And the military's position is to make sure everybody goes through. Okay, everybody. If you live in a desolate area and you don't have any internet, but you got some currency, they're going to find a way to get to you. Okay, that is the most up-to-date information I have. Okay, now you got to remember, in Europe, there's pockets of dead spaces and dead zones, just like very few of them in the United States, where there's no internet. In some areas, they don't even have telephones. And if you from what I understand, they are going to doing some broadcasts on satellite phones, not radio phones, but satellite phones, and that's going to facilitate getting to a lot of people. But I'm in the process right now of working with a potential sponsor that does satellite phones, and I think satellite phones are a very important thing. A friend of mine has vetted a company out in California. I'm going to be calling them this week and trying to get them on as a sponsor for Hamilton Radio. And what I'm going to tell you right now, it'll be a chore for me to scrape up $85 a month, but that's what it is. And they give you a free phone. And I'm telling you right now, it'll work anywhere. It'll work anywhere. There's no dead spots with the satellite phone. Now, we call them a satellite phone, but I want you to realize one thing. There are no satellites, okay? You seen the Sputnik and all that other crap, space crap that they're supposed to have? It's machinery floating on weather balloons just below the firmament. So get that through your head, okay? There are no satellites. Now, there are drones, there are aircraft, and there's a lot of things moving around in the atmosphere. But and actually, I'm kind of happy about that, because your reception coverage on a satellite phone, the satellites are actually suspended by helium weather balloons, right? And this is you can find this out on YouTube. It's very common. There's a video. It shows you how they do it. It's just the NASA lies, not a space agency lies. That's what NASA stands for, by the way, not a space agency. They think you got Telstar and all these other satellites floating around the circular Earth. That ain't the way it is, guys. So you can believe me or not, I don't care. And if you don't like me, that's okay. Turn the channel, because I still love you anyway. Okay, I'm just doing the best I can to tell the truth. Now, Debbie and I were talking about a very important thing today, and that is Pascal. And everybody's talking about Pascal. He's the Flavor of the day is what Debbie says.
Flavor of the month. Yeah.
Flavor
Day
of the
and
month.
month. Yep. Yep.
Well, he's supposed to be a victim. Hello, Sandy.
That's my wife, by the way. And
I know that. I know your wife's name. And
she's got her book out there. Go ahead.
yeah, we're gonna Sandy D. Piero, author.com. You need to check that out. It's gonna be going across the bottom of the screen there. It's Sandy D. Piero, author.com. She's got a new book out. You guys need to go check it out. Okay. What I want you to do is realize that this Pascal came out of nowhere, and he's got a really nice backstory that never a straight answer's right too, Bernadette. Thank you. He came out of nowhere, and he looks an awful lot like another character that's floating around, and I'm not going to mention his name because I haven't got it yet, but I will have it by next week. So he's like Debbie says, he's the flavor of the month. And I want to tell everybody, I want to give a nice round of applause to Debbie Stevens, because I really do. Because let me just tell you something. Debbie Stevens is here. She's a trooper, and I know what she's going through right now. If you want to tell everybody, you can. If you don't want to, it's fine.
What? My poison ivy?
Yeah.
My poison ivy? And a few other things. Yeah, my phone won't stay charged, and I can only use an iPhone cord, and it goes down pretty fast. So I think my phone's probably compromised, but that's okay. There's a few other things we need to talk about. So, we need to talk about the Wise account and the new card. Yeah. Do you want me to talk about that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I talked to the Wise people today because I did get a new card. And I said, wait a minute. I said, why do we need a new card? And they said, because the ones in the U.S. have been compromised. So that's why you have to have a new card. So I said, okay. So it was saying that I already had an account. So I called him back, talked to this guy, and he said, your card's already preloaded. So what you have to do is when you use it, just use it once if you want to. I'm not going to use it until things change. But if you use it, then you're automatically signed up, ready to go. So you do have to get a new card. So if nobody has gotten a card yet, you have to get one. So I just wanted to tell everybody that. And if there's questions, they're open 24 hours a day now. So just go ahead and call them if you have a question. But get rid of the other card. Make sure that you're all ready to go. And you might want to call and talk to them. Some of them are kind of hard to understand, but you work it out. And it wasn't anything. They just basically give you a new card. You can use it, and then you can. What did you call it after you use it? Chance. You take.
Freeze it after you use it the first time.
Then you freeze it. Yeah.
Then use the phone app and go in and freeze the card.
Yeah.
That way nobody can steal your information. And that's a wonderful feature. And a lot of cards don't have that. And but anyway, Debbie's right. And let me throw something out here, get you to expand your thinking. You need a new card. Why do you need a new card for? Well, maybe it's not because the U.S. cards have been compromised. Maybe it's because they won't work with the new quantum system. Maybe it's because they're running 24 hours a day instead of 8 hours a day. Why are they?
And
okay.
There's something else. And you know who the Wise card is really with? And someone called and told me today, JP Morgan Chase.
Well, I know they're going to have a very important position.
Oh my gosh!
Only because of their size. But let me tell you something. Jamie what's his name? Brian, Jamie Dimon, who with J.P. Morgan, who's the largest paid banker in the world, financial officer in the world, $36 million a year. Let me just put it to you this way. I'm under the assumption that his days are numbered as far as making the big bucks, okay?
Well, I heard
JP,
he was replaced.
oh, was he?
Yeah, that's not really him. I heard that was.
Oh, well, that might be true. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's really anybody anymore.
You're
You know,
right about that.
you
Yeah.
know. Anyway, so everything's looking really, really, really super good, guys, and I'll have some more information about that as we go along. Probably get, who knows, I may even get an update on the phone while we're doing the show.
I do have something else. That Ivan guy, that is the Green Beret last name. I want to say Rankin, but it's Rank. It starts with an R. Anyway, he's going. Okay, he's a Green Beret, but yet he also is an attorney. Now, he's also saying that he's going after a lot of people, and they're going to do it. It's just going to be right out there. They're going to do it, just swoop in, take care of it. And they got about 80,000 military people probably behind him. Well, now, all of that's said and good, but then again, he's backing Flynn. Got to think about that really hard, what he's saying, what he's doing. And I just don't know about that guy. There's a lot of reservations on that one. So if you go in and listen to his, it was a nice podcast. It was on somewhere today, and it was a 19-minute video that this reporter was giving him, wanting to take and do a documentary on him. But anyway, you just listen to what he has to say. And it'll probably be on his Telegram channel. He's on Rumble. He's everywhere. But it's interesting what he says. But anyway, that's another one that's questionable. They're all questionable right now.
Right. Let me address a couple of things that came up while you were talking. J.P. Morgan is involved in this, but let me tell you how BlackRock is involved. Okay, I'm going to tell you, and you're not going to like it, but when you start a savings account on Wise, then that savings account is transferred over to BlackRock. Do not save money on Wise. BlackRock does not own Wise.com. That's not the case, Tara. That's misinformation. Okay, I've done my research on Wise.com because I've gotten them over 10,000 depositors. So I've done my research. BlackRock is handling the money on the interest-bearing accounts only. They don't have anything to do with the operation of Wise. That's misinformation. I'm going to tell you why it's misinformation. First of all, BlackRock is just about bankrupt. So this is a last straw for them to make a side deal with Wise to try to get some funds, okay? And and you're probably going to get screwed out of it if you do any of the deposits. It's just a guess, just supposition, okay? But Pascal's story comes from Pascal. Nobody's vetting Pascal. Pascal is vetting himself. And from the first time I saw him and he started talking all this stuff, I'm just going to tell you, I got this little spot over here in the side of my head right here. Okay, Tara. Tara's the best, by the way. She's the administrator on Chance's chat on Telegram. I got this little spot right here. It's just when something ain't right, and then I think, oh man, and it hurts for a long time. I usually have to take an ibuprofen, which I don't like doing, but I got to get rid of that pain. But I'm telling you, he does not resonate with me. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you're a member of the private group Chance's Chat on Telegram, Tara shared a really nice thing from Sky Prince about the med beds. This is why I said there's so much going on. Okay. Listen to Sky Prince's thing on Chance's Chat, and then go listen to my response, and I will tell you why I think Scott. I'm not going to say it on this show, but I will tell you if you listen to my response, which is right underneath Sky Princess on Chance's chat on private group. And I've explained why I don't trust her, why I don't like her. I don't care if somebody does. You use your discernment, okay? Oh, we're on Instagram Live. Hot diggity dog, Doc, you're all over it, brother. All right, now with all the news and all the psych ops and everything that's been going on, guys, and there's a lot. Okay, there's just a lot. I'm gonna turn everything over to Brian because he wants to try to level out. That is my spider sense. I also call it my bullshit detector. Yeah.
First thing first, I need to retract what I said earlier. I meant to say I will neither confirm nor deny. So I had to think about. I was like, wait a minute, what am I saying? Oh my god, am I trying to like punch him in the gut and go, "You're welcome"? So
are you running for office?
Might as well. I could do a better job, but then I'll get killed. Okay. So I have been reading and feeling and analyzing a lot of the energies. So, and I've come to a lot of conclusions and you know, and I'm going to go with this version. So it is, we are in literally a dog eating dogmatic world. So what does that mean when I say dogmatic? For those of you that don't know the word, you might have to look it up. So I have nothing against our devs, our moderators. I appreciate them. But from my opinion, this is kind of how I feel, because again, I'm very intimately in tune with the energies. So, and also, this is something for you devs and moderators to also consider, okay? Information really needs to be vetted before you post it. So the reason why, and I remember last time too having a conversation where Debbie wanted to share something and she thought it was kind of unique, different, and you know, the possibility, right? What if Baron Trump is Saint Germain? And again, dogmatic, right? We don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. So, in my personal opinion, how much dog food do you want to consume over and over and over till you throw up and then consume more dog food, so to speak, in everything that you are reading, seeing, consuming from a linear perception? We all want answers, but you're not doing yourself justice by always externally focusing on every little nitpick and detail. You're driving yourself stir crazy. I don't know about you, but it's making me feel stir crazy to collect energy, because I do feel it and I do represent the human. So I know the tension, the longing, the time factor, when. It doesn't matter. That's not what this whole entire story is actually about. You think it's about what you're seeing physically. That's only, I would say, about 25%, only because you don't know what goes on in the astral plane. You don't know what goes on in a lot of the other realms because you're not tapped in. You're not aware of the spiritual side. So this is one of these really important things where I'm requesting, again, this is my opinion on the information. Please have it vetted, take your time, see it from different angles, know if it needs to be put out there, right? Not everyone needs to perpetually consume, and Kent has said it countless amounts of time, and same as I. Please go within, seek your own therapist. In other words, you be your own therapist. Heal, do self-healing, do whatever, do inner work, get to know yourself, understand the energies, understand other people's energies. Try and read and see if you can feel if there's something behind their energies that doesn't necessarily reflect them. It's not to say that it is a missed opportunity. This is literally a spiritual warfare. So the eclipse did do some great things. We got a lot of astral demons on this planet now. Oh my God, tons now. And you know what? They're having a field day with a lot of you. They're having a field day with your energy. They're even ganging up on some of the sleepers, and it's a party. It's a party in the lower astral planes in the spirit realm. It's bonkers. Okay? Which also means it's more cleanup. Not for ETs, of course. There are spiritual guardians and other entities that help on the spiritual side. So they will assist accordingly. The other thing I wanted to talk about also too is, and this is for, again, the moderators, take a day off. Right. Don't make it your full-time job. Don't post for take 2 days off. Just don't put anything. People don't need to feed themselves. In fact, most of you would probably be better off if you just go for a walk, your phone in your house, don't look back. You don't need it. Okay? There's so much you don't need, and yet you are allowing the system to ground you further from a linear perception. Now, why am I saying that? Basically, the Federation, or I would say the loose term, right? The unbiased version has you by the crotch, so to speak. And you're all supporting each other by perpetually feeding dogma or dogmatic scenarios. So step away from it. You all really need to step away from it. Again, my opinion. So what does that mean exactly? It means that to be spiritually self-aware is literally going to go a lot further in your expansion. And it's also going to break, here it is, it's going to break their board game. It's going to break your controller's board game because...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they want you to literally pay attention to the new guy on the script. Oh, who's this character? Well, I never heard of him. That's what he's there for. Because guess what? They can read the energies. They got devices that can literally read your energies going up and down, right? And if the energies are not being all wonky and, doing this, that means, and then they're stabilizing or they're flatlining, then they're worried. So they really want your attention. That's what it's all about. The moment you go outside for your nice little quiet rendezvous or walk, and you just look up, and then you give these beings, I'm just going to say the finger, okay? And you say, hey, I didn't consent to all this garbage. This does not represent free will. It doesn't. Think about it. You do have freedom of choice, yes. But when it's being forced and pushed, and you're not even thinking about why am I consuming it? Why am I looking at this? You're going to realize you're supporting the non-free will system. And I know a lot of the devs and moderators aren't intentionally doing it to harm their fellow humans because, again, They want to share and bring things to light. I get it. But the problem is it's dogmatic. All of it is dogmatic. And until we receive a world event, right? Full, unloaded, on the table, everyone is on the same page, you're not getting anything else. You'll get a new script until that time comes. So please reevaluate, and I say this like a broken record, terms and conditions for yourself, and don't overload or feed or spread your energy thin. You can spread your energy thin. We doing this show, technically, we spread our energy thin. And a lot of you, though you may not see it or know it, I know where my energy is being pulled a lot of times, because there are many that do have attachments that don't even know they have attachments. And I notice these things, and I can feel them. So it's not cut and dry. And I encourage you, really get to know yourself. Okay? This spiritual warfare isn't going to get any easier. It's going to get a lot harder, energetically speaking, as the vibration rises. And what that means is your body is going to go through turbulent times. It's like literally a physical death and a rebirth at the same time. It's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be comfortable. But that's why it's really important to not overconsume externally, and then to recenter yourself and understand yourself emotionally. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Huh? What, Chance? Can't hear you.
He's got it muted. I'm muted, Chance.
I said, that's pretty important stuff, what you were talking about. But when we were talking about it this afternoon, you were pointing all those fingers at me. You're not the audience.
But the thing is, what a lot of people don't know is I already told Chance like a month and a half ago. I warned him. I said, dude, you need to be careful. You're going to spread yourself thin. I was like, and when people idolize unintentionally, believe me, everyone has their favorite superhero, whether or person that they like. It still is a type of vampirism, so to speak. It's still, whether you know it or not, you can do it accidentally. Okay? The energy doesn't have walls or barriers. We all have to make sure to put up our own filters. You don't need to put up a barrier necessarily. You just need to put up a filter to filter out what you do want and what you don't want. And Chance told me he was tired. He felt stretched thin. I said, yes, I know why. I know why. You've been busy. But now, hey, it's up to you, man. Set the terms and conditions. That's what we're here to do is really support each other, honor each other, but also not to make each other's energy stretch out too thin. Because we still need to function here. We still got our families and kids, and we got to take care of our tribe. That's the most important thing. But first things first, you can't take care of any of that until you take care of you. Yeah.
I get it. I really do. One thing I really, I'm going to ask Doc to do something. I've been putting some stuff up on the private chat. If you could copy that whole thing and put it over on the comments so people can read it. Okay.
I did already.
Oh, and it's on the comment side?
I did already.
Great. Okay. Well, I'm going to say something. This is going to be our commercial segment. Immysist Advance. I put the wrong email address. The second one is IMMUSIST advance.com. You mentioned Advance with Chance in the checkout code. You get $5 off per bottle. If you order 10 bottles, you get $50 off. Okay. Immysist Advance It's fantastic. I take it every day, 10 drops a day, twice a day. Okay. And I take a lot of supplements. And I'm adding a couple more. I just started taking beetroot for energy. And WI Patriot has a nice point there. Shaking off those attachments has to be deliberate, like waking up as you learn more and more, but it's much easier to see and recognize when you hear BS information in people. That's right. And that's why we pride ourselves here on Chance's Chat here on HamiltonRadio.net. We pride ourselves in not only giving opinions, but giving the truth that as we see it. So, just because I say ABC is XYZ, that doesn't mean it's true. It's up to you to vet it. Okay. We're just giving you our perspective. Okay. Yes, it was very good words, Christine. Thank you. Thank you very much. You need to go back and listen to it again on the replay, because what he's saying is something that happens to everybody in everyday life. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. There's a lot of energy vampires out there. Now, I'm gonna finish up the commercials, okay? And here it is. Do you have criminal charges, traffic issues, DUI, IRS issues, property tax issues? How about if I could show you a way to make all these things and more of a non-event in your life? Well, I have the answer. But first, a few questions, okay? How much does a criminal attorney charge? $350, $500 an hour? What is your home assessed at? You got a $100,000 home? How many fines can the criminal courts jack you up on? Thousands. The remedy for all this is an express trust. Get out of their system while properly correcting your status. Put all court and creditors on notice and put them on the run instead of you. Okay? If you want an express trust, I will hook you up completely with Maria Janet, and you will have to email me so I can forward your email and your contact information to Maria Janet, because she is very busy. She is writing a lot of express trusts. And that is at chancemusic@yahoo.com. chancemusic@yahoo.com. Send me an email. Say you're interested in an express trust. They're $5,000 from everybody else, but they're $2,500 from her. We are doing, she is doing a lot of them. I'm referring a lot of people to her. And please realize this isn't going to fix your problems unless you have the resources, because this isn't a pay-as-you-go type thing. She has expenses, and she invests a lot of time in making sure that you learn all this material, and you will have to learn it, and you will have to take tests. A test, by internet, you'll have classes, couple 3 classes, and you're going to have to learn how to defend the trust. So if you're ready to move forward with $2,500, what is all that other stuff going to cost you? It's just, I had a lady the other day, and she says, well, I'm going to lose my house. And I said, well, what's it going to cost you to move? Oh, it'll cost me $5,000, $10,000 to move. And I said, why don't you just stay where you're at and pay Marie Janet $2,500? Well, I never thought of it that way. Well, it's the only way to think about it, okay? Because guess what? There's still going to be factions of the cable guys out there trying to F with you, okay? I caught myself. I'm so proud. Thank you, Brian. and they want your stuff. They want your stuff. They want you out in the street broke and dead.
But they'll be too busy on the run at some point. I said they'll be too busy on the run at some point.
Yeah, at some point they will, but we want to put them on the run right now, because I actually saw a video guy sent me, and I won't share it because I didn't have permission to share it. But I actually saw a video of where the judge, this guy went in with an express trust, and he defended it properly, and the judge just got up and walked out of the courtroom, and the bailiff says, case dismissed. Everybody go home. where he just got up and walked out. He was scared to death. And listen, you want the silver bullet, this is it, but you're going to have to learn how to operate the gun that it takes to fire it, okay? So get a hold of me at chancemusic@yahoo.com. Get yourself an Express Trust, and let's get moving forward. And that's all I got to say about that. Raymond has some very good private, irrevocable, and revocable trust that are not so commercial in nature, but they're the same trust. It's more personal than commercial. Okay. He scaled down the trusts. They're $800 each for irrevocable or revocable. Again, if you want one of those trusts, contact me at chancemusic@yahoo.com, and I will forward the information on to Raymond. We will get you going. We will get you rocking. And if you're broke, and it's okay to be broke. I'm broke. Heck, most of us are broke, okay? But if you want a trust before you go in for your currency exchange, go to LegalZoom.com and get yourself a living trust. Get yourself a living trust at LegalZoom.com. You can fill it out yourself, okay? Just follow the instructions. It's going to cost you $10. You're going to need one before you go in there. Okay? That's all you got to know. That's all you got to do. You know, so if you need a trust, just go on LegalZoom.com and get a living trust and rock and roll. Go through your currency exchange process and be happy. And then the last thing I'm going to say is, if you need the RV protocol papers, this is probably going to be your last opportunity to get them, okay? Because the RV protocol papers are $50 each. You need to send Cash App or Zelle to chancemusic@yahoo.com, 319-561-0064. That's Brian McFadden. It'll show up Brian McFadden. Everybody knows that's my real name, but all my friends, and particularly my family, you guys, all call me Chance. Okay? Except for my
Chance,
son.
Can I say something about the RV papers?
Sure.
So this is what's really cool about the RV papers. So imagine you're a magician, right? You're a magician and you have a spell book and you're getting ready to go in and, to an unknown environment. And you want to have this spell book have a lot of transparent elements to it so you don't get taken advantage in someone else's house, so to speak. And what's really clever about it, and since it does have a very different and unique energy, because everything is energy, you're guaranteed something different than someone else. It's just one of those, like I would call cause and effect energies, right? So if you choose to go a different route, you will expect a different type of abundance, because not everyone is going to get the same abundance. It's just the mathematical equations from a dynamic energy of source consciousness. We're all going to gravitate differently. But if you allow yourself to be gravitated to something that it just happens to be faster and you don't care, it's a lower energy dynamics, because you're leaving something else into chance and to take charge and govern your ideas for you. So did you hear that? You're allowing something else to govern your ideas. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is great. You're agreeable. You're going to get the agreeable version, so to speak. So you have to take charge if you want to see the higher vibrational equation with the greater abundance outcome. I'm not saying it because it's going to be literal truth, again, I know energy intimately. It's nothing is equal. And if you know that to be true too, you're going to realize that at some point. So, something to think about.
Absolutely, Brian. And also, it could be the difference between you getting the $3.91 street rate and the $28 contract rate, depending on how you present yourself and how you and present your position in the world. You have to present yourself, but you also got to present your position. And the other thing is, if you're a narcissist, if you're a criminal, if you're always the one that's trying to get over on somebody else, no matter what, guess what? There's going to be somebody there to read it. You're not going to get away with it, and you might just be kicked down the street rate anyway if you don't have the God spark in your heart. Okay. Bella Lisa H says, what'd Bella Lisa say? There are many out there. I had one above my apartment trying to steal my energy as I slept at night. Wow, that's true. Yeah. We got a energy vampire that lives right upstairs, and he's sucking the life out of me, and now he's sucking the electricity out of me because his electricity got. Brian, I'm not kidding. We've caught him with an extension cord hooked up to my outside outlet twice. So my grandson, you ready for this? My grandson's pretty sharp cookie. Okay. And he drove around back behind the alley and he looked and he saw that extension cord hooked up again to the outside outlet. So he pulled it out and cut it off. That's my boy. Okay. But that guy's sucking the life out of me. I got to get him out of here. And I'm waiting for the abundance. So what I'm going to do is there's an empty lot down the alley. I'm going to buy that empty lot. I'm going to buy one of those prefab mini homes. I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to let him suck the energy out of the neighbors down there. He's going to be out of my area. Okay? Because this guy's just, wow. He's damaged. His parents damaged him. And it's a sad thing, but I don't understand a person that doesn't want to make himself better and try to do better. And, I'm trying to do better every day at everything I do. And, like when people call me up with a problem, Debbie, I'm sure you're dealing with this every day. What do you do? What's your job? And when somebody calls up and said, Debbie, I know you didn't mean to sell me a car, but the differential went out and it's going to cost $1,600. What am I going to do? You're going to sit there and you're going to think, because I know what kind of person you are. You're going to sit there and think, what can I do to get him a differential and not cost very much? Because I can't afford to spend $1,600. He can't afford to spend $1,600. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your resources to try to help other people. Am I right or not?
Well, they also have an opportunity to take and buy that extended warranty. There's a warranty on the car also for, so many thousand miles. So that's the way we do business, 1 month, 1,000 miles, and then they have the choice of taking and doing the extended warranty also if they want to do that. So it's everything's a choice on what they do, and you try to do the best to tell them and help them and make sure that they know everything that is out there in front of them. These are the things that can happen. There's things that they have to sign, so we try the best we can to help people every day. And that's just the way things are. I mean, even people that call me that need help, I listen and I try to help the best I can.
Debbie, this is right up my alley because, like I said, I was with the state police for 25 years, and I can't emphasize enough to people to get a warranty for your car, at least for your powertrain.
Yes.
Warranties don't cover little things. They may cover an air conditioning condenser. They make a covering anything with air conditioning, but not everything is covered. So make sure you read the fine print. Debbie, you know that better than
Well,
anybody.
you have to make sure that if you go into a big dealer, the finance people, that's where they make their money. If
Right.
you go to a smaller dealer, we're not going to, I won't charge the amount of money that they want to charge. Yeah, you can make, that's where you make your big money off of the paper that you're trying to sell them. We don't do that. That's not something that you want to do. There's guidelines. There's morals is what it's called. But most of those finance guys make big money.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The honest car dealerships like you guys are. I mean, I know you're not making buku bucks, but you're making the amount to survive. I get that. You kind of, it's a game we play, right? It's a game because you're hoping that nothing goes wrong with the car, and we know just just going using the car every day, anything can happen at any time, anywhere, from any place.
Yeah.
So, and things and parts do go bad. So with that said, please, everybody, please have a warranty, some kind of warranty on your car. I don't know how good Car Shield is. I don't know how, I hear them all the time. They're supposed to be the wonderful car thing, but I don't know if they are. I say, get
There's
the car
certain ones out there.
right. Get the car warranty that the dealership recommends, only because they know the other business, they know who they're dealing with, and you don't have a lot of garbage to deal with. When you deal with somebody that says, "Well, I'm not covering this because of this, and I'm not covering that because of that," just make sure you know what's covered. That's all that matters. But at least have the engine, transmission, and whatever else in the car as covered as possible, because you're not going to get everything 100% covered. That's the only way it works.
There's certain ones that you want to deal with. We vet those people to make sure that they're selling a good one, because there was some years ago that came out of the Cayman Islands, and we're like, Cayman Islands, yeah. Well, the dealerships were selling those, and some of the people didn't think they'd get their money back. Well, we told them how to get their money back. Took them 8 months, and they did get their money back. I mean, a lot of these people, and they went bankrupt. I mean, who would buy something out of the country anyway? For
Yeah.
a warranty. That doesn't even make any sense. So, but that's been years and years ago.
I'll tell you what I did real quick. Years ago, I had a warranty on a car. It was for my wife's car, and it was covered. Everything was covered as best as we could cover, So the air conditioning went, and it was a brand new compressor was bad. And they replaced that compressor at the garage of my choice, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the car warranty took care of whatever it was, at $1,500 or whatever. I could have put one in probably for less than $300, and then charged it, vacuumed it, and did the whole thing. But the warranty covered it. I didn't have to pay anything. So it is important to have it, whether you want to. One person said they really don't want to because it's got a lot of miles on it. I understand that, but that's probably when you need it a little bit more. And also, a lot of the warranties won't cover a car that old. They only give you a certain amount.
Yeah, it goes by years. Is what it is, right? But yeah.
Go ahead, Chance.
Go ahead.
It's okay. I was gonna say your car has 300,000 miles on it, Judith. Is that what I saw? 300,000 miles on it. Well, guess what? My PT Cruiser has over 200,000 miles on it, and my Jeep that I bought for $100 has less than 120,000 miles on it. So, and that was $100 car, and it's still it's rocking, it's going. But listen, I'm going to tell you something now. This is a different version from what you guys are saying. The key word on warranties, extended warranties, is one word and one word only, and that's discernment. Discernment. Because right now, the insurance companies are upside down. Brian, you know about this, don't you? About the insurance companies being upside down?
Okay. And yet they're still making payments.
Huh? And you're still making payments, and you make your payments, and if you get in a car wreck, guess what? They are instructed not to pay you off. Put it off as long as you can. The agents, you got to find excuses. You know, there's people the insurance companies are all going broke. Let's ask the question first. Why are the insurance companies all going broke? Well, because the insurance companies are going broke because A, they're behind. They operate on fiat currency. B, the insurance companies are heavily invested in real estate, and the price of real estate, because especially commercial real estate, is tanking every day. It's going to be 20% of what it was. It's going to be 20% of what it was last year. So if you got $200,000 property, guess what? It's going to be worth $40,000. I'm not kidding. The guy across the street wants $100,000 for a house that he paid $68,000 for because he had some renters getting in there and tear some stuff up. And I told him, I said, dude, you're on crack. You know, anybody can look up what you paid for it. And just because you've rented it out to 3 or 4 people, you think it's worth more? And they've got this damage and been smoking cigarettes. And I said, it ain't going to happen. And I said, I'll tell you what else ain't going to happen. No bank's going to loan you any money because the banks are all upside down. Okay. Now, if you remember 2 weeks ago on this very show, I told everybody there's going to be 200 banks fail. On this very show, I said this. And that next week, 200 banks failed. No, I don't have a crystal ball. I could see the direction it's going to have to go to. It's part of the process for the RV, okay?
It's more.
So when you're getting,
I said it's actually more. The percentage is higher. The banks, like, again, when they give you a number, if they give you a number, it's for comms. It's actually more. It's more than you think. It's a very high percentage. I just wanted to say that, but you can go ahead and continue, and then I'll comment back on like.
You want me to continue with my rant because I was really on a roll there. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a guy I know. I know a guy. I know a very rich guy out in California, and he was looking. I've said this on the show before. He was looking at it was a $4 million mall. It had offices on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor, and then it had a shopping center, and it encompassed a whole block in San Diego. Okay, $4 million is what it sold for 12 years ago. This guy walks in and he buys it for $440,000 cash. He wrote a check, and he owned it. And all of the buildings at the current time that he bought it was occupied. He figured he'll get half his money back in a year. So all he's got to do is just keep those people in there for a year, and he'll have half his money back. But he paid cash for it. Cash is still king. Okay? Cash is still king. Now, real estate's dropping. Don't pay the price. If you borrow money from any bank that's loaning you money, you are empty-headed. I'm not going to say you're stupid. I'm not going to say you're retarded. I'm not going to say you're ignorant. I'm saying you're empty-headed. You're only thinking about one thing, and that is getting a roof over your head, a better roof over your head, or how you can impress your neighbors. Or put all that aside, okay? Here's what we got to do. We got to go together. We got to help each other. Okay? It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. The people are trying to buy houses now. And all I can say is God bless them. That's all I can say. But if you do buy one now and you do get a bank to loan you the money, guess what? The yoke's going to be on them because your mortgage is going to go like poof. One of two ways, and that is when the RV is implemented or if you get an express trust. Can you just imagine going in and buying $1 million home and then filing for an express trust and then getting the trust and serve the papers on the bank and the courts and everything and just laugh all the way to the bank? Okay, that's giving the cabal the middle finger, okay?
Sure is.
Okay. I'm just saying, if you do finance a house now, you know,
What's
everything.
interesting, so what's really interesting about all of this, it's energy dynamics. It really
Yes.
is if you just pay
Yes.
attention to the energy. And just a perfect example of playing around with the energy, my car was kind of falling apart. And through the energy, I was like, just last a little longer. Last till I get that credit card, till I can put 2K or whatever I need into fixing you up and pristine. And it works. The realm, the vehicle is a realm in itself, so to speak, right? You use it for travel. It listens. It
And you
has
invest your energy into it too.
Yes, you invest your energy. It is an attuning device. It has organic, it's made from organic materials. Okay. It's a substitute or a byproduct of your idea that represents you, is really what it is. And before I go back to the yes, so I take it to this great family owned mechanic shop. They don't overcharge. They charge, they even help old people. They're like, don't worry about it, like oil change or whatever, this and that. Just you pay us whenever you're able to. They're very wholesome, and that place has got the best energy for a mechanic shop. They said to me, "How were you able to drive this?" They said it should be physically impossible because your brakes, you had no brake pads. I was like, "Oh, I know I didn't have brake pads."
Oh my.
They said I needed a new horn thingy. I needed this and that. And it was terrible. And of course, I also needed to get an inspection sticker. And I was like, well, crap. So I needed all this done. And, I was like, I saw the vision. Get the American Express. Don't worry about it. Just make a little 25 payments here and there and then suddenly stop paying it. And I was like, yeah, that's actually a good idea. So, or make a payment like of $10, $15 every other month. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And now I just like, I'm not really worried about it at this point. So anyways, it is a representative of energy dynamics, which is phenomenal. And I remember having this super eyesore of a bumper, which I did myself. Through driving, parking it in my old house when I used to be married. I broke the bottom part and it was an eyesore. I thought it was the ugliest thing. And this was several years back. And what I did was when I saw that, every time I went to go leave or run errands, I said, that's fixed. I looked at it. I did not know how. I did not know when. I said it every single day. I didn't, choose any, I didn't say any wishy-washy words. Oh my God, I wish this was, fixed. Oh, it's so ugly. No, I said, that's fixed. I just said it. So what happened was, and this happened, I guess, 6 years back. Oh yeah, an Amazon truck for some reason felt like, oh, I want to park closer to the house. And he crushed my whole entire front bumper. Literally. And I heard a crunch. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I go out there. I'm like, oh, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'm getting a new bumper. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And sure enough, I got a new bumper. You are generators by your field in what you want. Very, very powerful.
You put it out to the universe, and the universe gave you what you needed.
But the clever or the trick is it's your words, your belief system, your energy behind it. It's powerful. And if you could just realize how powerful you are, even though you're tiny on a planet, but God tier level, you would be like, yeah, pretty awesome. Go ahead.
Brian, I just want to say a lot of the breakdowns that happen, I mean, if you have that energy, a lot of the breakdowns that have happened to me has always been around my house. has been in my driveway, has been not that far from where I live. So I didn't have to get towed a long distance. I'm just saying, I agree with the energy situation. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you take care of a vehicle, it will take care of you.
It's because you have the God spark. You have the God spark. That's what you got.
Yep.
And the God spark controls more than you will ever understand. And Brian's trying to explain it to you. And I, in my own simple way, try to explain it to you. But I'm just going to, before we go any further, I do want to say one thing. 520-741-8. Those numbers are powerful. We talked about them last week. 520-741-8. It's the manifesting numbers. It works. Okay. We put it on the screen. We're creating that energy. We're saying it out loud. We're creating that energy. We dream about it. We're creating that energy. Bella Lisa, I covered all that in the first 5 minutes of the show. Okay. And since we're at the end of the show, I guess I'll cover it again. A friend of mine, he's everybody loves him. I'm not going to mention his name, but has got an appointment with a private banker on Monday, and he is getting me a copy of the 55-page document that you're supposed to learn about and read and not do any business with any of these companies that are in this 55-page document. This is the RV no business list, okay, that I've talked to you about before. I'm going to have a copy of it Monday. This guy that everybody loves, he's a friend of all of us here on the show. I'm not going to mention his name. Everybody loves him. And he is going in for his private banker appointment on Monday. Sunday, put the name up of the guy, the muckety muck in Iraq again. Would you, Doc? Sabani.
Sudani.
Incorporated. I don't know.
I'll find it again. Sudani, go ahead.
Saddam.
Okay. Yeah. Sadani or whatever his name is. Hots and Pepper Incorporated, whatever.
Find him.
Oh my.
Okay. He's making the announcement Sunday. Okay. Is this enough for you? Is this good enough for you? Okay. And what we're going, and just remember, you aren't going to get called at the same time I am. I'm not going to get called at the same time you are. You're not going to get the same rate as me, and he's not going to get the same rate as this guy and everything. The street rate is $3.91, but it will be officially announced Sunday when Sabani, whatever his name is, makes the muckety muck. And here's the other thing, okay? Here's something I didn't give you at the beginning of the show. I'm going to give you right now, okay? You know that Iraq has another country within a country that's called the Kurdistans, the Kurds, okay? They've already got done their currency exchange. They've already done it, okay? Think that's something? South America's over too. They've gotten all theirs done too. Anybody tells you any difference doesn't know. I know. Okay. And I also know Hawk's friend in Florida. He's done his currency exchange because he's driving a $100,000 Ford pickup truck, brand new, and he won't talk about it. And Hawk asked him. He says, "Hey, did you cash in your denaries and get yourself a new pickup truck?" He says, "I can't talk to you about that. We're not talking about that." Smart man. You can say it a lot easier by just saying, "Man, you damn business." I'll tell you in 90 days. Have a good life, you know. Debbie, what's the deal on the APL Go combination that you are using right now that you've been, Sadani, that's it, Sadani. I don't know why I can't remember it. You got a new combination of APL Go products that's helping you a lot.
Yes, I put with my stop, slide, happy. I put GTS with it. GTS is supposed to take and give you energy, but that combination is taking the inflammation out of my knees. So the inflammation has went away in my knees. So the combination's working. I'm taking it twice a day just to see if it will continue. So there's something, the combo works for me. So that's all I can say. And I feel pretty good.
And you know, my sciatica. By the way, everybody was concerned, and ladies bought me TENS unit and stuff like that, and everything, and appreciate it very much. I finally found this must have been different because this must have different type of sciatica because it didn't wrap all the way around. It was just around one leg. So Bella wants to know what's tier 4B waiting for. You're waiting for your notification. Okay. You're not going to go at the same time I am. I'm not going to go at the same time you. It's not going to be a shotgun start. So forget about, you're waiting for the 800 numbers to come out and they will set your appointment. And if they've got 700 appointments before you, then you will be 701. Understand? It's not going to be a shotgun start. Okay.
Just like the idea of any tier period. It's just
there's no tiers. That's why you're right, Brian. That's why I kept saying there's no tears for you, dear. So go crying in your beer because tears a made up thing from the internet. There are no tears. Okay. It's you either go or you don't. Okay. You wait your turn in line. Okay. So don't go, me first. I have more needs than everybody else. Oh my God. Was that my arm doing that? Oh my God. I thought I did. Oh my God. I got to start working out. Oh my God.
Oh.
I think I should just go mute like Harpo Marx and just. That was just uncalled for, Chance. That was gross. Okay, wait a minute. There. Now it's not doing it. See? See, I'm fine now. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. It's all good. Okay. And so
oh Lord.
I'll tell you, sometimes I just absolutely make an idiot out of myself. But anyway, so you just gotta wait your turn, honey. And I hope you go in real soon, whoever you are. And I hope I go in soon. But you know what we're hearing is that you're not going to go in. You're going to stay home. You're going to get the 800 number. You're going to go. They're going to give you a code. You're going to go to your local bank, and they're going to set up your quantum financial system. And then you'll have a bank with your trust. You have your trust with your bank account, and you set that up, and the quantum will be feeding your bank account. And then the second appointment is when you will probably have with the paymaster, and you'll have to show your full trust, and you'll have to show your humanitarians and all this stuff. So we'll cover that if we can cover it. Okay. In the meantime, RV protocol papers, 319-561-0064, Cash App or Zelle.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, and the other thing about the Iraqi, it's already international. Okay, and it's that's good, Robin. I was going to say that because the contractors have been paid. Iraqi contractors have been paid. Now they might be getting a higher rate than the street rate that the people in Iraq are, but it's not going to be an even playing field, and it's not going to be fair for everybody else because it depends on how much skin you have in the game. And the contractors who've been working in Iraq have a lot of skin in the game, and they've been working for a long time with no money or very little money. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know I'm right. Okay. So, Judy, patience. Your car loves you. Okay. It's going to keep holding out until you can get a brand new one. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put the old one up on blocks, and you're going to do a shrine in the yard to your 300,000 mile car that got you so far down the road and how much you appreciate it, because we're not going to take cars like that to the junkyard. No, we're going to love them, but build a shrine to them. You know, who knows? There might be a homeless guy come by and sleep in your car for a while. You don't know.
She can convert it into a giant.
I'm not.
She can convert it into a giant diagram or something. You know, soak it in resin, preserve it.
Yeah. Well, listen. I'm telling you, I know a lady that's in our group, and her and her daughter are staying in their car, and she's having a hell of a time, and I love her. I pray for her all the time, and I wasn't making light of it. That's not where I'm. Right. But you know, I mean, when I was growing up as a kid, I had a big Ford van. You know, one of the Econoline vans. You know, the extension, and being the kid that I was, okay, and I was quite a kid. I had a mattress in the back, really nice bedroom in the back of my van.
Tells it all, Chance. That tells it all.
I was. I'm not lying. And I had the nice car stereo and that boom, 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 boom. Okay. And I lived a mile outside of town in a farm, and one day I got up and my potato chips had been ate, my bed had been slept in, and the doors were left open. My stereo was still there, surprisingly. That means some hitchhiker saw that van, they crawled inside, they went to sleep, and got out the next morning, but they got a good breakfast because they got my potato chips. Okay? So I'm glad I could be of service to that individual, whoever it was. I would love an antique Bronco in purple for my 64th birthday. Okay. How's that sound? I say yes. Okay. No argument there. I think you deserve it. You're going through a lot. Okay, now, the other thing I want to address is we got to get going here, but I want to tell you guys one thing. This thing is happening. It has been happening. It is going to continue happening until everybody goes through. Okay? Now, I know everybody has needs. Everybody has desires. And by the way, when you text me, you can call me Brian if you want to, but I prefer Chance because we're all family and friends here. Okay? That's what my friends call me. My real name is Brian. Never cared for the name that much because it ended in an un. Brian. Okay? Brian. It's a negative. Okay? Didn't care for that.
It's like onion.
Like onion. Okay? Good job, me. So anyway, but call me Chance. You know, we're all family here. We're all friends. And I want you guys to feel comfortable with me. If you want to call me Brian, that's fine. Just don't forget to call me for supper. Okay? I'm a meat and potatoes guy. If you got a salad for me, maybe. You got any ham slices in there? We'll talk about it. Okay? I want to get some final thoughts from Debbie.
Everybody just keep your vibrations high. That's what you got to do. You listen to meditative music. Just think positive. Positive. Energy flows much better when everything is flowing nicely.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen. Docg, final thoughts tonight.
Well, I'm going to go along with Debbie on what she said, but I think that if you tune into Hamilton Radio, you'll get a unique experience of listening to some great music because I have some AI music that we're the only original radio station playing AI music from creators that created it. That could be you. So you'll be able to hear some unique stuff, plus some great old stuff and some new stuff. So enjoy and have a great vibration. Good vibration.
Final thoughts, fascinating Brian.
So my version, be positive, great. But once you're done being positive, return to neutrality, right? Just so that way in case something happens to you, you stub your toe, you're not paying attention, and you knock your face in the wall. You're not, you know, you're not cursing up a storm. You go, oh, I wasn't paying attention. Also, if anyone needs help with ideas for ascension or spiritual consultation or tools to surf or understand the other next door neighbors' realms, you can contact me 774-208-2377, and my number is also my Cash App. I also can help people that have bipolar, because I used to have it. ADHD used to have it. Erectile dysfunction used to have it. Chronic migraines. I had a lot of problems 8 years back. Used to have it. Don't have any of those anymore. So I am a good resource tool. That's it.
Okay, and my final thoughts for tonight is not only vibrations, but love. Everything's about love. Michael Jackson said it's all about the love, the L-O-V-E, the love, okay? And let me tell you something. I talk to at least 500 of you a week, one-on-one, on the phone, or text message with you. All I got in my heart for you guys is love, okay? And I'm only going to give you the best advice that I can give with my God spark, with my discernment, and my transparency. To get your RV papers, protocol papers, email tonight, 319-561-0064, Cash App or Zelle, Brian McFadden. Keep listening to HamiltonRadio.net, best music on the internet. I am Chance McFadden, and I am going to see you guys next week, right here on HamiltonRadio.net, Sunday, 2 o'clock Central Time. Chance's live chat, public channel on Telegram. And live at 5 on Tuesdays on Chance's live chat on Telegram. Is Canada going at the same time as the U.S.? I think there'll be a 5-day delay, but pretty much so for the most part, okay? I love you guys. We'll see you next week. Y'all come back now here